Hey, what's up?
Yeah.
Hey, so you know how the coronavirus is still a thing, right? As we mentioned in all these spoiler casts review, right?
Yeah, we
right?
do.
Here's the thing I realized about the coronavirus. I don't think people are taking it seriously, all right?
No, what gives you that idea?
I don't know. I just have a fear. So here's my idea. All right. I figured out a way to get people to take the coronavirus seriously. All right.
Okay. Yeah.
We rebrand it. All right. Let's rebrand the coronavirus into something new, something young, something hip, something the youth will get over, will like.
Yeah,
okay?
something that they'll be sure to die over. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna spitball you some ideas. Okay. All right. And we can work. We'll workshop this. All right, you know, like, we'll workshop these ideas, all right?
Okay.
So here's my let's rename it to something young. So instead of calling it coronavirus, we'll call it the highly infectious virus, all right? All right? And we'll turn it to HIV, all right?
Oh,
right?
okay.
We'll give it a new name, HIV, all right? People love 3 letters anagram, all right?
No.
Acronym, all right?
Yeah, sure.
No one will get it confused, all right? Right? HIV, that's. All right, that's a good name. All right,
But,
right. No one's used it before. All right, right. That's one idea.
Nobody
that's
in
one
the
idea
history
about
of the world has ever used HIV.
All right,
as an
all right.
acronym.
Here's another one I've been workshopping. Soon to die. All right, the soon to die virus. All right, STD. All right, the youth love 3-letter acronyms. All right.
Soon to die. You're gonna shorten it to STD.
Yeah. Right.
Sure. That'll work. That'll go over well. Yeah, that'll go over.
Yeah. Yeah. No one will get it confused. All right. So when you go to your doctor, you'll be like, "Hey, doctor, I got an STD." All right. And the doctor, like, "Ooh, that means you're gonna soon to die." All right. Right. It'll work. All right.
Sure. It does. It's not likely that it may cause a panic if people discover what it fucking means.
No. People, it'll work, right? Like, here's another one that I think that will catch on, all right? Death is soon, right, near even youth, all right?
Death is soon near even...
right? Right?
Really
Everyone will get...
Yeah, go ahead, say it, because I ain't gonna say that shit.
Yeah, we got the Disney virus, all right? All right, it's catchy. It will catch on.
Yeah.
Right. Everybody will understand it. All right. We'll call it the Disney virus. You know.
Right. Yeah. That'll go over well. Yeah. It's not like Disney.
I'm pretty sure it'll go over well. Right. People will understand when you say, "Hey, watch out for the Disney virus." Right.
Yeah. Sure. Oh my god. Yeah. It's not like we don't have like a corporation called Disney, right?
No, that'd be fucking stupid, all right? Yeah, look. Right, see, that's just some ideas I've been workshopping around, right? To make to rebrand the coronavirus, because you know companies are always rebranding, right? That's how we had Coke and New Coke, right?
Wait, do we actually have a thing called New Coke? Is this a thing?
Wasn't that a thing in the 80s where you call it New Coke, but it was just Coke?
Oh well, I didn't live in the 80s, so I wouldn't know. Oh my god, it was a thing.
Yeah, New Coke. Yeah, see?
It was renamed.
See?
God. Oh, okay. So it was renamed Coke 2 in 1992, and then discontinued in July 2002.
Oh, that's another good idea. We'll call it COVID-19 2. All right.
COVID-19 2. That's a little long in the tooth, ain't it?
Look, okay. Like I said, these are just workshop ideas, all right? We're not a big marketing company, all right?
Oh yeah,
we're a big.
The CDC is a big marketing company, all right?
Yeah. Look. Like I said, look, we just need better companies that's deal in marketing to rebrand so that people would take it seriously, all right? Right?
Yeah.
Right? It's like how you would rebrand the racist Asian stereotype caricature of Fu Manchu to Wu Wang in Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings.
Oh my god, so that's where we're going with. Also, I am unaware of this racist stereotype. Holy shit.
Oh, were you not aware of the Marvel supervillains Fu Manchu?
Oh, no. I am legitimately not aware of this.
Yeah, hey, it turns out Shang-Chi's entire character history is based on Asian racial stereotype.
Really?
The first Asian superhero.
Really? Oh,
yeah.
God, how did that get
His
past
father was
everything?
Fu Manchu, a character who was based on the character Fu Manchu.
Oh, my God.
That Marvel licensed it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Also, that's the worst part of this movie. The fact that the main villain wasn't played by a white guy. This movie should have just been full of racial Asian stereotype.
Oh my God.
As an Asian American, I hate the fact that there was no Asian stereotype in this movie, alright?
Oh my God. This is the worst
Also, I am really split on this movie, okay?
Oh?
I unironically wanted Fu Manchu to be the main villain of this movie. And I was unironically really mad when the Asian stereotype Fu Manchu was not the main villain of this movie.
Oh my God. Okay. This is gonna be a spoiler cast, alright?
Oh, this is going really wild.
My
I'm
God.
gonna eat my spaghetti in the background as you read the Wikipedia plot.
You go choke on that spaghetti, alright? While I go ahead and read to.
Hey, look, I put some French onion into this. It has a real flavor, alright?
Oh my! Wait, hold on. Is this like packaged spaghetti that like ramen?
No. This spaghetti is legit spaghetti I made.
Oh, okay. It's legit spaghetti. Okay, cool. Mm-hmm. All right. So, as per usual, I will read to you the audience.
Segue.
Sure. I will read to you the audience the plot synopsis as provided to us by the Wikipedia article for the movie. So here we go. Thousands of years ago, and I'm gonna mispronounce some shit, so forgive me for this.
Yeah, don't worry.
I believe it would be Zhu Wenwu discovers the Ten Rings, mystical weapons that grant their user immortality and godly powers. Wenwu establishes the Ten Rings organization, conquering kingdoms and toppling governments throughout history. In 1996, Wenwu begins searching for Ta Lo, a village said to harbor mythical beasts to expand his power. So, he travels through a magical forest to the village entrance, but is stopped from entering by village guardian Ying Li. The two fall in love, but the villagers reject Wenwu, so Li is with him. They have two children, Shang-Chi and Xiaoling, I believe is how you pronounce it. Again, sorry. Wenwu abandons the Ten Rings to be with his family. When Shang-Chi is 7, Li is murdered by Wenwu's enemies, the Iron Gang. Wenwu once again takes up the rings to massacre the Iron Gang, resumes leadership of his organization, and has Shang-Chi undergo brutal training in martial arts. So, when Shang-Chi is 14, Wenwu sends him to assassinate the Iron Gang's leader. After fulfilling his mission, a demoralized Shang-Chi escapes to San Francisco, adopting the name Sean. In the present day, Shang-Chi works as a valet with his best friend Katie. They are attacked on a, I believe, Mooney? Is that a Mooney bus? Is that how they... Really? Is that what they call it? Okay.
Didn't realize that was a thing.
Yeah, I know. I thought it just was like an extra long bus, but we learn something new every day, right?
I guess that's just the brand name, all right? Like how COVID-19 is the brand name.
Oh well, look,
right?
Look. If it was such a like
I said, we'll workshop the idea. We'll come up with better names for it, all right?
Okay, but here's my thing. If Mooney was a popular brand name, why isn't there a Mooney too? All right.
All right, yeah. Hey, because people know what Mooney is, so they don't need to rebrand, all right?
Yeah, but everybody loves a sequel. So, of course, if they loved it so much, they would have had a sequel by now. Of course, they're a failure of a franchise.
Hey, how about instead of a sequel, we do a prequel instead, all right? People love prequels, all right?
What would you call a prequel to Mooney? Just Bus?
Attack of the Bus.
Attack of the Bus. Oh my god. What? Is it just running people over and that's it? What's the motivation for the bus? Is the bus even alive?
So basically, what Mooney does is they built a whole character backstory, right? Like how originally the bus company used to kill people, right? But in their rebrand, they no longer kill people, and you can trust them.
Oh my god.
Then people will be like, man, I hated the original Mooney that went around killing people, but I love the new Mooney that doesn't kill people in buses.
Jesus.
Right? Gotta emphasize the bus part, alright?
Oh my god. They are attacked on a Mooney bus by the Ten Rings to steal a pendant that Li gave to Shang-Chi. Wenwu anonymously provides Shang-Chi with the location of Xiaoling. Fearing that the Ten Rings will go after Jiangling's pendant, Shang-Chi decides to meet her. He reveals his past to Katie, who insists on helping him. They find Jialing at an underground fight club in Macau, which she founded after escaping from Wenwu. The Ten Rings attack the fight club, with Wenwu unexpectedly arriving to capture Shang-Chi, Katie, Jiangling, and her pendant. So, they're taken to the Ten Rings compound, where Wenwu
Man, that's a long-ass Wikipedia article.
Yeah, I mean, at least this one's no run-on sentences, no grammatical incorrections and stuff like that.
Yeah, at least this wasn't written by a Steven Seagal fan, some would say.
Yeah, exactly, right? They're taken to the Ten Rings compound, where Wenwu uses the pendants to create a map to return to Ta Lo. Wenwu reveals he has heard Li calling to him. She has been held captive in Ta Lo behind a sealed gate. He declares that he will destroy the village unless they release her. When his children and Katie object, he imprisons them. The three meet former actor Trevor Slattery, whom the Ten Rings imprisoned for impersonating Wenwu, and his Hun-Dun companion, Morris, who proposes to guide them to Ta Lo. The group breaks out of the compound and drives to Ta Lo, which has various Chinese mythological creatures. They warn the village of the Ten Rings and meet Ying Nan, Li's sister. She reveals to the group the history of Ta Lo. Thousands of years ago, the village was attacked by the soul-consuming Dweller in Darkness and its minions, but was saved by a Chinese dragon called the Great Protector, who helped seal off the Dark Gate to the Dweller's world. According to Nan, the Dweller in Darkness has been influencing Wenwu to believe Li is still alive so that he will open the gate. Shang-Chi, Jiangling, and Katie join the villagers in training and preparing for Wenwu's arrival, using outfits and weapons crafted from dragon scales. So, Wenwu and the Ten Rings arrive, a battle ensues. Wenwu and Shang-Chi fight, which ends with Wenwu casting Shang-Chi into the nearby lake. Wenwu begins breaking the gate with the rings, which, unbeknownst to him, causes many of the Dweller's minions to escape and attack the humans. The villagers and the Ten Rings join forces to fight the minions. Shang-Chi is revived by the Great Protector, which leaves the lake to battle the minions. Wenwu and Shang-Chi fight once more. Shang-Chi gains the upper hand, but chooses to spare Wenwu instead of landing a decisive blow. The Dweller in Darkness escapes the weakened gate and attacks Shang-Chi. Wenwu saves Shang-Chi, bequeathing him the rings before being killed by the Dweller in Darkness. Shang-Chi, the Great Protector, Jialing, and Katie battle the Dweller in Darkness, ultimately killing it. After the battle, Shang-Chi and Katie return to San Francisco, where they are summoned by the sorcerer Wong to accompany him to the Sanctum Sanctorum. In a mid-credits scene, the trio speak with Bruce Banner and Carol Danvers, and discover that the Ten Rings are emitting a mysterious signal. In a post-credits scene, Jiangling becomes the new leader of the Ten Rings. And that's the end of the plot synopsis.
Yep, that's the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, I have 3 problems, technically 2 problems with this movie, alright?
Okay.
One of them is just based on racial stereotypes, alright? That I thought would have been funny if it existed in the movie, okay?
Oh, wait.
So technically it's only 2 real problems.
Wait. So your one problem isn't really a problem because you just, the problem doesn't exist but you wish it did?
Yeah. I want racism to exist, alright?
Oh my god, that's...
I hope no one ever takes that quote out of context and attribute it to me, okay?
Oh, I'm gonna save that line later. This is gonna be the one time I listen to one of the episodes that we made, just to isolate that audio.
Just to isolate that audio?
Yeah, exactly, Austin. I'm not gonna tell you what I'm gonna use it for, but I'm gonna use it.
Okay, well, just like how I have other audios of you talking about very strong opinions about Bill Cosby and Drake Bell.
It wasn't even me!
Well, I don't know. That wasn't me, and
you know it!
I don't know that.
Yeah, you do! I do not know! Okay, you know what? Anyway, what are your other 2 problems?
Okay, so here's the thing. I like that Sir Ben Kingsley, alright? Because we gotta refer to him by his full title. Sir Ben Kingsley, alright? Makes an appearance as Trevor again, right?
Yeah.
From reprising his role from Iron Man 3, right? I don't like how long he was in this movie.
Oh, you don't like his appearance, how long he just had a relevance
ends
to the
up
movie?
appearing. I thought it was nice that he appeared in it again, and that they acknowledged what happened in Iron Man 3 about he was pretending, or I guess he was being paid to pretend to be the Mandarin and all that shit, right? But I feel like he super overstayed his welcome in this movie, right? Like he could have just been like, "Hey, yo, check it out! It's a fun cameo appearance of Sir Ben Kingsley, right? Remember how when Marvel in 2010 thought it would have been real funny to have a white guy portray a character of Asian origins? That'd have been real funny if they do that and then do it again wait, when was Doctor Strange? Was that 2000?
That was like 2015. I don't say it's either.
And it would be real funny if they do it again in 2015 by having another white actor portray a character of Asian origin. That's how marketing executive talks, right? They end their sentences with hoo hee hee.
I think it's hee hee hoo hoo, but you know, it's interchangeable, I suppose. I don't think they care.
But anyway, yeah. So I like that his character appeared and that they may acknowledge it, right? They put out the flaws in it, like how it was a bad idea back then. Right?
I mean, they very freely acknowledge the fact that it's just like, yeah, it was a thing, but I'm the real Mandarin. Although I don't go by Mandarin, but you know, whatever.
Yeah.
Which is actually pretty fucking cool. I like that they like really fix it with just the one line that like literally just that whole conversation like, now Iron Man 3 has been fixed. You know?
Yeah, right? Yeah. But so I like that. I like that he appears, but I felt like he super overstayed his welcome within this movie, right? Mm-hmm. Like all, especially in the last time, like after they break it, I was like, hey, yo, check it out, I'm in this movie now, even though he technically wasn't in this movie up to this point, right? I feel like he should have just been like, hey, yo, what's up? It's me, Sir Ben Kingsley.
Yeah.
Yada yada, right?
I can kind of see what you mean by that. I just felt, at least to me, I felt it was really, really harmless, you know? Because this is like, you know, you gotta kind of do something with the character, right? You don't just leave him there and then, you know, some people are gonna be like, well,
I mean, I think they literally could have just let them at the compound and that was it, right? They didn't have to bring him to, what is it? Tao Lo, the mystical city, right?
Yeah.
And have it just appear in the end again, right? In the post-credit scene with the sister, was it? Xialing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Xialing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I feel like they could have just, like, had him, like, alright, they just take the magic, wherever the fuck that stupid butt dog was, and they just left him. Alright, we're taking this animal, bye. Right? And then at the end, just have him appear again, just in the background, as the sister takes over the 10 Ring organization, and just be like, hey, I'm just gonna keep you around, you're fun, I like you. Right?
I mean, yeah, I get what you mean, but
right? Because the thing is, throughout the movie, we had Katie as the supporting comedical relief character, because she's played by Awkwafina, right?
Right.
Who is already a comedian in of herself, and so she already does the whole psychic comedy bit.
Yeah, she bounces off well off of
yeah, right.
Shang-Chi's character, yeah.
Right, yeah. So I was like, I already felt that Katie's role pretty much existed as the spot for the movie. I was like, here's the comedic sidekick within the movie, you know, that exists, right? All right, and then we get Sir Ben, who pretty much is just adding on to that. I was like, I like Sir Ben Kingsley, you know, I like it. They appear. I was like, yeah, you're kind of really overstaying your welcome throughout this movie at this point, right?
I mean, you know, at least for me, I just felt it was really harmless, and it didn't like it's he's just kind of there for me.
Yeah, he appeared throughout this movie, right? But I felt like, it went on for longer than it needed to.
Yeah,
right?
I see what you mean, but I didn't really care too much either way. So what was the other problem then? What's the actual other problem?
I don't like the final villain of this movie.
I
don't like that it was some weird Cthulhian
god entity.
Yeah, that shit was unneeded. It felt too big, epic scale for what this movie was trying to achieve, right?
Yeah.
I would have liked it better if the Cthulhian Emperor of Darkness was like more of a humanoid creature that existed, right? Because throughout the entire main motif of this movie is martial art and kung fu and all that shit, right?
Right, and then you have.
I don't like how all of a sudden at the end it just turned into this giant kaiju battle for no fucking reason. I would like the better like a better storyline, right? Like he was like an evil general creature, right? That tried to take over the land or some shit, right?
Right, yeah, because it does kind of feel. I don't know if this is like. I don't know. Let me look up Dweller in Darkness shit because, like, I don't know. If that's
like I'm not even sure if this is like. Is this even? Wait, is this an actual MCU?
It's an MCU. It's an MCU character. Yeah.
Oh no, what I'm trying to say is like this is an actual character from Marvel. Okay, it is an actual character from Marvel.
Yeah.
Oh wait, he does have a fucking humanoid form. Why is he a giant fucking kaiju?
Also,
if you go to this Wikipedia
yeah, I
page,
know.
he's an actor.
I'm looking at it here, and it's very I don't know. He like from what I'm reading, it's like he's mentioned in Thor, but he's then revealed in Doctor Strange. So he feels like a Doctor Strange character.
Apparently, he's originally a Doctor Strange villain.
Yeah,
or he's mainly associated with Doctor Strange. But anyway, back to what I was saying, right?
Yeah.
I would have liked it better if the Dweller in Darkness was more of a humanoid form, right? It was like this humanoid character that was like evil, like ooga booga booga. I'm the Dweller in Darkness, right? I'm trapped behind. Like what is it? Fuck. I think the best example of the way if he was more like, do you remember Kung Fu Panda 3?
Oh yeah, I do.
Do you remember the main villain was? I think it was Kai, the ox bison, right?
Yeah, the whatever.
Right,
Yeah.
and like his entire motive, like he went around stealing souls of people to further his kung fu or some shit.
Oh yeah, you know what? Yeah, that would have been pretty interesting.
I would have liked it better if it was somewhat similar to like that. How he was manipulating the dad Wen Wu. Right.
Yeah.
And then at the end he showed up. He steals the dad's power. He steals the dad's kung fu and takes the 10 ring. And I was saying, like, like now I gotta defeat this kung fu master so I could get the 10 rings back, right? Because it just felt so, right? Because we had a really good, like, I was enjoying this movie all the way up until the dad died.
Yeah,
right?
I get what you mean, because the thing is just like, well, we get like he's the reason why he's like with the Dweller in Darkness is kind of pushing things through. It would have felt a lot better if it was like more, if it wasn't so grand in scale and like smaller, like like
I have
smaller,
no problem with
fight.
a giant kaiju fight. I love giant kaiju's fight, right? Godzilla versus Kong is my movie of the year, right? I don't care what anyone says.
Yeah.
Right, but the problem is this just felt too, right? This character, like this Dweller Dark, just felt so scaled. Like it felt something more appropriate, like in a Doctor Strange. But it doesn't help the fact that it's a Doctor Strange character. Ignore the fact that this character's origin in Doctor Strange. This character felt more like something that Doctor Strange would come up and fight, right?
Yeah. And
or like the Hulk or something like that, right? Like it makes no sense for like how we have this entire movie, who's completely based on physical prowess of characters fighting with hands and everything. All of a sudden, to be like here, like it's like imagine if in Iron Man 2, right? How we had Wait, hold on. Was Iron Man 2 with the Mandarin, or was that Iron Man 3?
That was 3.
Okay, so Iron Man 2 was with Mickey Rooney and Whiplash, right? Right, because just imagine if you're watching Iron Man 3, how throughout the entire movie Iron Man is fighting Whiplash and everything, and then all of a sudden Dweller in Darkness shows up, like ooga booga booga booga. I'm the Dweller in Darkness Iron Man, right? It makes no sense.
Yeah, I can see what you mean. I do like your idea better of it being more of him like if his father wasn't able to defeat him, the Dweller in Darkness, but only Shang-Chi could, if only because he had his mother's way of fighting, that type of thing. That and then then you can have the whole, you can still keep the message of like family together strong, okay? But
right.
I see what you mean. Yeah, I see what you mean with that.
Yeah, that was my only problem. Like, I was legitimately enjoying this movie all the way up until the final act with the fucking dragon and this giant Cthulhian monster. I was like, this is really fucking stupid all of a sudden. It makes... Right? Like if the movie just ended with him defeating his father and the father accepting his mother's death and all that shit, right?
Yeah.
I would have been probably like, wow, this is probably one of my... Like, in terms of, like, Marvel villain, this probably would have been one of my favorite Marvel villains to exist. Up there with Black Panther and how the character of Killmonger was done, right?
Yeah.
Right? That's a better. Imagine if T'Challa was fighting Killmonger, right? And then all of a sudden a giant fucking panther spirit shows up and he has to fight a giant panther kaiju, right?
Yeah. I get what you mean.
Like it's,
I see what you mean.
I legitimately was not a big fan of this whole fucking giant kaiju fight at the end. It felt so fucking stupid.
That whole bit feels like it's just because it's like, oh well, it's a Marvel movie, so we didn't have a big world-ending event, where the heroes save the world and stuff. I'm like, you don't need to do that.
I mean, you could still have a big hero event. Don't make it a giant. Like I said, you could have just made the just like this giant humanoid evil general spirit, right? That went up, right? Like fuck, what was it? I think it was like what was it? What was that movie? The Mummy 3, right? Right? Just like have it like that, right? Like have the Dweller.
Oh, with the dragon emperor and everything, yeah.
Yeah, with Jet Li's Dragon Emperor, literally you could have it like he's like have the Dweller of Darkness just be like this humanoid spirit who's trying to come back to the mortal world with his undead army, right? And would have fit so more within this movie's theme of kung fu and martial arts, right?
Yeah, that's true, and it's like it is kind of a shame that we kind of like put the stunt work and the martial arts to the sideline when the monster comes back. When it comes in, it's just like, oh, I'm gonna kill everybody. Ugh. Which is like, yeah, I see that. I see what you mean. Yeah, it's just disappointing.
Yeah, but like other than that, those are my only two. Like I enjoyed this movie throughout. I thought this movie was a fun ride. Like I like everything that was being done. It's definitely one of the more best.
It's one of the better Marvel movies for sure.
In terms of stunt choreography, because in Marvel we really don't get a lot of stunt choreography that aren't big CGI set piece, right?
Yeah.
Like the closest we get in terms of like physical stunt work is probably when it's related to something like Captain America or Black Widow, right? Right, because they're more hand-to-hand combat aficionados compared to the other MCU cast where they're just like, ooh, check out these CGI works we got going on, right? Yeah. So I did enjoy this movie for the stunt choreography. Like, how it's definitely one of the best that I've seen in a long time from the MCU and everything.
Right. I think the biggest thing for me is just like, I mean, I like the movie for what it is for the most part. I do like the stunt choreography. The story is kind of like it's a lot better like in terms in comparison to like other Marvel films because usually
I forgot about the story.
Yeah, the story is it's basically, you know, broken family, you know, families coming back to kind of like they're supposed to come back together to heal, right? That kind of thing. My only problem with that is kind of the fact that we don't really get that on the father's end, and it feels kind of like it kind of feels incomplete, right? Because like Shang-Chi kind of like makes up with his father when his father like gives him the 10 rings, right? But then I'm like, would have been nice if Jiang Ling could get some closure as well, you know?
Well, you have a whole international criminal now.
Well, yeah, sure, but I'm just like. Again, like, because the thing is...
Now she can live stream her underground fight club from a cool compound instead of a rundown building in the middle of nowhere.
But the thing is, like my thing is, like, I would have liked it a lot more if it was, like, if Wenwu was still alive, like, he gave the 10 rings to Shang-Chi, but he gave the 10 rings organization over to his daughter Xiaoling. You know?
Her character does pretty good sideline on this movie now that I think about it.
Right, yeah. But it's just like it would have done a lot. I felt like that would if you had the fathers acknowledging his like go up to his daughters like, hey, I kind of fucked you over and I'm very sorry for that. Here, have my former empire. I'm just gonna go walk off and actually, you know, enjoy life for once, you know.
Yeah.
And you know, that would have been pretty nice, you know. And would have gone with the whole theme of like the whole family thing, right? That's one gripe I have. I think the other one is probably like aside from like Xiaoling's character getting sidelined, is also kind of like Awkwafina's character Katie, where it's just like I get the idea of where it's just like she's kind of like trying to commit to a path in her life, but she's always dropped something. But that's like. It's like we kind of see that in the beginning, but then it kind of is like, oh, we had to bring that back up at the end, and it's just like it's kind of like. It kind of suddenly happens, like is like her committing to, I guess, being an archer. I don't know what's going on with that, but
I mean, I think it was for giving her a motivation, I guess, for something, right? Because it sounds like her character doesn't have her parents bringing how she's like, oh, why are you just being valet all day, right? Why don't you work towards something greater, right?
Yeah, and it's just like. I get what they're going for, but the way it's done, at the end of it feels unsatisfying, and it just feels incomplete, at least to me. You know, because I would have liked to have seen like her actually committing to something afterwards. You know, or something, right? Because otherwise, it just felt kind of like it felt like her like she had a start. She went like from A. And then, you know, she went through a little bit of the middle and then to B, but then we don't see we don't see where that takes her character afterwards, and it feels unsatisfying because of that.
Yeah.
But I guess that'll probably be like for like a sequel, which I would imagine
Yeah.
Shang-Chi would get a sequel because it's actually pretty fucking good.
Hey, look, they need new Avengers, all right? All right? Robert Downey Jr.'s contract is expired, all right? They're not bringing him back, and I'm pretty sure Scarlett Johansson is never coming back. So
Yeah,
they need those new contracts, all right?
But on Scarlett Johansson, did you hear about how Disney's just like releasing all their future movies in theaters, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
How much?
Right.
Yeah. How much you want to bet it was all because of Scarlett Johansson too? Like honestly.
That would be real fun. I was fighting. It's pretty fucking great.
God, it's probably more like, it's like, okay, let's just release all the other movies into theaters so that we don't keep getting fucking sued by the people who keep working for us, you know, which I could see, but
yeah, especially when it was Angela. Boy, I think I'll save that for the Eternals, but I'm really curious about what Angelina Jolie is, how much power in Hollywood she still is relevant now that I think about it.
I mean, she's still a pretty big name. Like, she will, like...
I mean, it's pretty big name, but that's a whole different conversation that I'll save for the Eternals whenever because I really do have an interesting questions regarding Angelina Jolie's and her place within Hollywood production now. But I'll save that for the Eternals. Stay tuned for the Eternals, whenever the fuck that comes out.
Yeah.
Foreshadowing.
That's like November, I think it is.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
I think no.
Anyway.
It's planned. It's planned for release within this year.
Oh, hey, as long as more COVID, as long as more STD variants don't come out and the situation gets worse, we should be fine to go back to the theater. All right?
Yeah.
Don't worry. If we ignore the fact that Delta still exists and it's killing more people now, we'll be fine, alright?
Oh my god. Yeah, anyway, that's coming out November 5th. So...
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I saw the trailer and it looks really good. It has a different style and everything. Oh, but anyway, that's another thing for another time, I guess.
Yeah, we'll stay after Eternal whenever it comes out.
Yeah.
So, one thing I do like about Awkwafina's character was how they handle the relationship between her and Shang-Chi.
Uh-huh.
Right?
Yeah.
Like how they're just buddies and everything throughout this movie that unlike other fucking MCU movies, how do we have to force in a fucking romance between the two leads, right? I like how there wasn't anything and that, right? Like the two actors were great, right? Right? Was it Sam Liu? Is that
Simu Liu is, I believe.
Yeah, Simu Liu, and they were great. I like their character dynamic. I like how throughout this movie they kept it as like they're just best buds, right? Like they're just friends. Like they've been friends since like middle school, high school.
Yeah, for 10 years they stated.
Yeah, anyway, how you feel like they're just friends. Like they're just good friends, right? Like you don't have to force like some weird awkward romantic subplot between like how they usually do it in other MCU movies for no fucking reason, right? I do like that. I will get over that. How I like how the direction these characters were handled. Like at the end, like yeah, they're still friends even after that wild zany adventure where we fought a giant Cthulhian force of darkness world eater. That was fun, right?
Yeah, I mean it was handled pretty well, so like that was pretty good. You don't see that a lot, but hey, it's nice to see that included in this. But I mean, I guess honestly, not that much to be said about this movie other than how good it is.
I pretty much already said my gripe about how I didn't like the two main points I already brought up.
Yeah.
Right, without repeating myself and everything. I did enjoy this movie. This movie was great. Hey, once again, where are my racist caricature, Marvel? Give me my racism that I deserve.
Is this really how you're gonna end it, with racism or with wanting racism?
Hold on. Are we ending how Disney was founded on Disney's on Shang-Chi's origin of racism? Are we gonna end it on racism?
You know what? I'll leave that in your hands. All right.
Oh wait, no, wait, I forgot. No, wait, hold on. I forgot. There's another fucking point I forgot to bring up.
No, really.
Fuck. That Kabuki Kabuki character. I don't remember that character's name. The guy that had the face paint.
Right? The mask or whatever.
Boy,
right?
he was the biggest cock tease throughout this entire movie. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's just like he comes back and
I really didn't like how his character was handled. Like we saw, like this guy was like, I think he wasn't the right hand man. It was the guy with the machete arm, right? Who was the right hand man.
Yeah.
But the Kabuki here was pretty much like I guess you would say would be the left hand man. Right? To when we're like, oh man, this the guy's go-to assassin's character. Right? Like, oh man, he's so fucking cool and everything. I didn't like how his character ended up treating. I was actually really disappointed with how his character.
They placed some real importance on his character.
Yeah, like they made his character seem so like because they kept showing him in all the origin, like not like in all the flashback sequence with him training.
They feature him very prominently because he, like that man fucking like abused the shit out of Shang-Chi.
Yeah,
and
that is a character. That is a character who would. Okay, hold on. Now, let me think of this analogy real quick. I don't have one.
It's just.
I'm trying to put a good twist. But anyway, that character was really. I was pretty hyped for this character because they kept placing because we see him like he's like one of the the second major fight that's. Well, because Shang-Chi fights the guy on the bus, right? But these were just street thugs, right?
Yeah.
So you're like, it's whatever, right? It's like it wasn't. They're pretty much like mini boss, right? And then when he fights the guy in the building, right? You felt like this was an actual character because he was a character that was actually rivaling Shang-Chi's power and skill set, right? Like it was the character like you had to take seriously, unlike the street thugs who were just like, hey yo, what's up? What's up? Where's Spider-Man? We're gonna kill him with our knife. We'll get him with the knife. Yeah. Our plan is to stab Spider-Man, right? He will never expect that. He can't sense us trying to stab him and everything.
God, it's just what a way to sideline a character. They have the fight and he's about to kill him. And then, then when Wu comes in and then we forget I don't even remember if the character showed up later on, honestly.
No, he showed up all the way up until the village fight, but he gets his soul sucked up by the stupid.
Yeah, they just threw his life away like that.
Yeah, I was like, wow. I was already really disappointed by that because they had they literally thought they placed. I don't see they placed, but they gave a lot of attention to this character, right? Like who's this? Like I was like, who the fuck is this mysterious character who's working for Wenwu? Like you could clearly see that Wenwu places a lot of trust and importance to this character and everything. And then he just sidelined like that. I was really annoyed by that.
Yeah, but what?
Like I thought this game was gonna be like some importance throughout the they came, but no, they just kill him. And I was really annoyed by that.
Yeah, it's just Marvel, I guess. I really don't know what to say, but it's just like, oh well, I guess.
Yeah, like, okay, if anything, like, ignoring my racism, right?
Your
ignore
racism.
The racism. Those are probably, like, the 3 points I had about the movie. I also was a really big fan of how the flashback sequence were done, right? I felt like the flash could have been done way more earlier, but they kept saving it for no reason, right? The big reveal, right? I feel like it could have been, like, all those could have been done way earlier, but they were deliberately holding off on it towards the end.
Yeah.
Like that was another problem, but that was a big point.
Oh no! I mean, you go ahead and finish that. Is that it?
Yeah, no. Like I said, that just was a big point. Like it was just like the flashlight where I feel like they could have been shown way more earlier or done way, but they were deliberately holding it off just to show it off. Like, oh yeah, here's your flashback sequence or whatever the fuck.
Yeah,
right?
It's just like at least if you're gonna show all the flashbacks, I kind of wished that like. At the moment where he's gonna kill it, he's like Shang-Chi had this whole thing where you have to kind of balance the light and dark within yourself, right? And and when he's about to kill his father, right? I would have liked if maybe we had a flashback going back to like when he killed the Iron Gang leader and see why he decided to leave. Because the thing is, because that whole bit with him is like we never get a sense of why he decided to leave, right? Because it's just like we learn at the end of it. It's just basically like, oh yeah, I killed the gang leader and then I decided to just fuck out of here. I'm like, but what? This is like, but why? right? It's like I wish I could have seen the results of that and how it demoralized you. So I would have accepted why you fucking like why you decided to leave your younger sister behind, right? And just basically leave everything and decide to forge a new identity for yourself. Like why was it like he was on board for it, and like he was trained since like he was 7 to be an assassin, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because he wanted to kill get back at the people who killed his mother. But I'm like, why was the killing the gang leader the reason why? Right? Like I would have liked it if maybe the reason why he did it, if like maybe if we saw the like when he kills the gang leader, like he sees like other family, like his family mourn for him, and he realizes, oh god, I'm just like the same as him.
You wanted him to realize how the cycle of revenge is wrong.
Oh my god, I swear to fucking god, I'm gonna fight you, Austin. But like the thing, but the thing.
Hey, look, here's the thing. After you defeat me in a fight, you have to fight the evil Cthulhuan spirit. All right.
Jesus fuck, it's okay. I got a dragon on my side. Okay. But the thing is, it's like. At least then it would have been like, oh, you know what? That's a completion of the story arc that we were seeing. But it feels incomplete though, right? Because the thing is, we just kind of like, oh yeah, I did it, and now I'm gonna go kill my father. And then he fights him, and then he starts like, and I guess it's kind of like a healing through like a healing of the self through his mother's martial arts, which I get.
Yeah,
but I would.
Because we saw that her mother was teaching them,
right?
Him and the sister, right?
Mm-hmm.
I would have liked it more if this was about what was it? Nature versus nurture, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right, about the environment that because we see that Shang-Chi, like how he was raised by both the sister were raised, both kids were raised by both parents and everything, right? But after the mom died, how Shang-Chi ran away, like. He takes more on his mother, because we also see it early on within the movie when Wen-Wu fights the mother in the forest, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you can tell how both of their fighting style were completely drastic in terms of nature, right? Like how the Wen-Wu's was more aggressive in his fighting stance and everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the mother's was more peaceful.
It was more graceful in terms of how it was fought, you know?
Right? Right? Would be like the father was more proactive, while the mother was more
like
non-active,
reactive.
Yeah, right, right. And it would have been such a great dichotomy if it showed like how both siblings after he ran away, how they both grew up and changed, like how Shang-Chi went more of a reactive lifestyle with his fightings, while the sister, besides the fact she runs like this underground, became more proactive with her aggressive. I want to say with her fighting style, right?
Yeah, I mean. These are the things that would have definitely added a lot of flavor to the movie, but otherwise, I think it's
I still enjoy this movie.
It's still good. I do give it like an 8 out of 10 if I had to rate it, honestly. So
it's still probably one of my more favorite MC movies in my recent years. Like in terms of origin movies, I think it's probably one of the better ones to be done for an origin story, if anything.
Yeah, the origins handled pretty well in this too. Yeah, I would agree with that.
Like I said, was it like the two, like was it the Sir Ben Kingsley and the Kabuki were honestly two major very loose criticism for me. Like it's like they don't ruin the movie for me.
Right.
Like they were just really minor criticisms. But like I said, the only plot point I don't like in this movie was the Dweller in the Dark and how it's handled in the end.
Yeah.
Like everything about this movie, even everything else is honestly fine, right? Like just the Dweller in the Dark, whatever the fuck the stupid character's name is, I thought was just badly handled. It should not have existed, or it should have been saved for like a sequel. It would to fight.
Yeah, it should have focused more on the personal family issues that they were having, and you know, have more of a not a big monster, but more maybe a person as a villain. If they, it would have worked better. But yeah,
I guess that's really that's all we have to say at this point. Yeah.
So I guess that's it.
Yeah. Hey. Stay tuned next time for the next Marvel Cinematic where they fight COVID-2.
Oh, Jesus fuck.
Oh, hey, that reminds me. Hey, did you saw on Twitter today how they confirmed that COVID exists in the Ruby universe?
Wait, what?
That's a thing. All right, that's the ending. That's the ending.
No, you what?
Wash your hands. Wear a mask. Get your shots. Okay, thanks. Bye.